Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have an action-packed day. First, we had to run over to the house remodel that we've been working on, and then we need to go look at a new project. So let's get to it. All right, and we are here at this house remodel that we've been working on for the past couple of months. Caleb has been working on the tile backsplash, and Jacob is finishing up the flooring on the stairs. So let's go see how everything is going.
All right, we're back here Wednesday to run you through what has been done throughout the week. These two rooms here, all done. So we are ready for spackle and caulking. And we'll get all this stuff prepped out and ready for paint. And the master, this is all done. That door used to squeak. Now it's fixed and it never latched before, but so now it latches. We are done down the hallway on this side to the fireplace. Pretty much done. He's doing skirting on both sides, running down on both sides of these stairs. It's starting to look pretty good, so he's going to continue with that, and I'm going to jump on this tile work today with the backsplash, getting that all done.
Well, Caleb has been working hard on getting this tile backsplash done for the customer here. This is awesome kind of like off-grain tile. He's working on the second wall over here. Once he gets that all laid up, we'll have to wait for it to dry and cure, and then we'll start going through and doing the grout. Unfortunately, we ran into an issue here in the kitchen though, where a section of the drywall that we were refinishing is popping right here. So as you see, these little bubbles, those won't go away. So what we're gonna have to do is take this section, find the next closest stud and rip it back and put in some new drywall so that we can get rid of that issue and make it right. So Jacob's gonna go ahead and work on that. Caleb's gonna continue to work on the backsplash. I had to head off, so I'll catch you guys later. We're now heading over to the Rambler remodel. We got some demo to do. We've officially got all of the kitchen demo done, so the customer's gonna be happy with that. I think that they'll probably miss this beautiful orange. Here you can see what the cabinets used to be. It's just this veneer. These cabinets were built in the 1970s, and then somebody took it upon themselves to primer and paint it a nice red color. We're gonna go ahead and leave this door for the customer just because, you know, I know they're gonna wanna have a keepsake of this kitchen. Just kidding, they really hated these cabinets. But we found some pretty cool stuff in here, you know? Got this paper bag so that I can pack my lunch in it. They left us a couple of paper towels. We're gonna keep those so that I can use it for cleaning here later. And there's also even a knife. So the things that you can find when doing some of these kitchen demos. We also found a metal pan, so well, I think I'm gonna use that for pizza later. We are moving on to the next part of this project, which is addressing the ceiling. We already had the asbestos abatement company come through and they scraped off all of the popcorn ceilings, but there's still sections like this that we need to address. The first thing that we need to do is sand down all of the tape lines as well as spots like this. That will help tape down the ridges and create a nice even finish. After that, we'll go ahead and use some hot mud to fill in any gaps and gouges in the ceiling and help smooth that out. Once that's done, we'll come through and do a light sanding and then prime out the ceiling using a PVA primer. That will help reveal any of the other imperfections that we might have to address. We'll go through and do a nice little skim coat addressing any of those areas. Then we'll be able to retexture and paint the ceiling. One of the tools that we're using for the first step of sanding down the ceilings is this Festool sander. It has this big vacuum attached to it as well as this large sanding pad. So we're able to go over the tape lines and knock everything down, and the vacuum sucks it all up so it creates almost no mess. There's literally no dust. What's great about that is that if we weren't using this, we would have to mask off the whole entire house, be wearing respirators and hand sanding. This thing speeds up the process so much. So while Todd's going ahead and sanding down all those tape lines and knocking down some of the major ridges, I'm using this block sander to go ahead and work in the corners and knock down some of these ridges. So with that, let's get to it. It's getting towards the end of the day, so we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping everything up and cleaning up. We will be back here again tomorrow, working on more of the mudding as well as sanding. So see you then. All right, I've gone ahead and got the kitchen all cleaned up. Now I have to take off to go meet up with the customer to discuss countertops for this project. So Marvin and Todd are gonna move on to the next part, which is removing the casing as well as the baseboard. And just like that, we're back. I just got called back out here from Marvin to take a look at something with this flooring. This is horrible. Not horrible in like a bad way, but just a really bad DIY job. They're starting to pull down some of this trim as well as baseboard. And with that, we start to get a reveal on a little bit of flooring. There was a transition piece about 4 inches long running all along here. We have not touched this flooring at all yet. These bad cuts that were being hidden by that transition piece was done by a DIY. And a very bad DIY job it is. And that's not even the worst part. As we go down here to the hallway, we get to where this other transition is for the carpet onto the laminate floor. There's this huge gap right now. I had to assume that that's mainly because they didn't know how to backlay the flooring, but here's what was there before. We had a transition, a piece of quarter round, a piece of quarter round, and then the transition. So this thing is a complete DIY gone wrong, but we'll go ahead and get it corrected. It's just crazy the things that we see here. Let's get back to work.